Am I the a-hole for locking my girlfriend out of the bedroom? This is so stupid, but here goes. I, male 27, came back to the apartment and told my girlfriend, F26, that I wasn't feeling very well and had a massive migraine from work. I had just sat in traffic and there was a ton of construction, so I sat there for like an hour and was already in a bad mood. She knew this because I was on the phone with her when I was driving home. I don't know if she thought it would be funny, but she started laughing, poking my stomach as soon as I walked in. I said, "Not right now, I have a headache," and told her I was going to lie down. As soon as I lay on the bed, she follows me into the room and starts talking to me about a bunch of random stuff she saw online that day. I just ask her to give me an hour to rest my eyes. Then she starts jumping on the bed and telling me I'm being lazy and how I don't drink enough water. I just say, "Please stop," in a firm voice. I did not yell. And she started laughing at the top of her lungs and my head felt like it was going to explode. So I asked her if she could throw me a water bottle from the fridge, and as soon as she left, I locked the door and put on my noise-canceling mode on my AirPods. I woke up an hour later and she was gone from the apartment. She called me an a-hole via text and told me she was going to spend the weekend at her parents' house and not to bother calling her, and that I made her cry. So am I the a-hole?
For me, it's a clear not the a-hole. She didn't respect that you weren't feeling well, and she just wanted attention. It's not like you just threw her out. You told her several times to leave you alone. She had it coming, and now she's whining about it. Our next post is from user Decor Dilemma, most likely a throwaway.
Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend her home decor is the reason I won't host a work gathering at her place? I've, male 32, been with my girlfriend, female 29, for over a year now. She's smart, funny, a bit quirky, and has a serious job with a good salary. We have a great time together and generally get along very well. The only thing is her choice in home decor is bizarre, to put it frankly, and not something you think a normal grown adult would be into. Her apartment is definitely a reflection of herself and interests. Not in the best way, though. My girlfriend has wall dedicated to animation in one room of her apartment, like Futurama pieces and etchings of some weird triangle guy. Then, there's the wall of framed preserved insects in another room. But not insects like butterflies or moths. Instead, she displays tarantulas, beetles, and large stick insects. Her bathroom has a subtle theme of the ocean pretty common. But instead of starfish or shells, she has a little anglerfish nightlight, a small vampiric squid painting, and then a framed diagram of what apparently is a goblin shark right by the toilet. I would say a majority of her home decor and furnishings are okay. The apartment itself is very modern and sleek. It's just the random decor and juvenile-ish themes like cartoons, insects, and bizarre ocean creatures is off-putting. This is where I might be the a-hole. I avoid bringing people over to her place, especially people from my job, because of how juvenile it looks. Everyone's impressed when they see the high-rise, but that quickly fades once you enter. The one time I brought a work colleague over, they ended up telling me after that they found her insect wall terrifying. I work in finance and appearances, and first impressions are important. My office will hold casual gatherings where we get together for a few drinks, good food, and we rotate hosts. And this time, it's my turn. The problem is my place is under some construction and not an ideal place to be right now, so I've been staying with my girlfriend. My girlfriend suggested that we host my colleagues here since she has the space and thinks it'll be fun. I told her I planned on skipping my rotation and seeing if the next person would be okay with hosting early. She kept pressing on why I didn't want them over here, so I finally said it's because her home decor is strange and not something a grown woman would have, and also that her insect wall horrified the one colleague that did come over. My girlfriend got mad and said at the end of the day, "It's not my space, and these things bring her joy." She also said that she is indeed an adult woman, which is exactly why her apartment is decorated in such a manner. I love my girlfriend, I do, and it's okay to have different interests, but does an adult really need to decorate with them besides a few things here and there? I mean, my own mother asked if my girlfriend was autistic after she saw the entire apartment for the first time. So Reddit. Am I the a-hole for telling my girlfriend her home decor is the reason I won't host a work gathering at her place?
In the comments, I completely agree with user Parsimonious Salad who says, "You're the a-hole, so you don't like her interests. You don't have to be judgmental about it. Your one and only experience bringing someone over, they were terrified of the insect display. So this one person and your own distaste has convinced you that everyone would be terrified? You don't need to bring your work colleagues over, but if you yourself look down on your girlfriend because of her interests and how she chooses to decorate, maybe you shouldn't be with her. Exactly, OP. She is doing what she loves with her own place. You may not like it, but you don't really get much say in what she likes. Our next post is from user Trash Girlfriend.
Would I be the a-hole if I go on vacation instead of my brother's wedding? My brother Tom, 36 male, and I, 26 female, have never had a really solid relationship. Due to our age gap, we didn't spend much time, and by the time I was old enough to develop a personality, he was moved out of the house. For the last 2 years, my brother and his fiancée, Sarah, 32 female, have been planning their wedding, and it's coming up in September. I was asked to be a bridesmaid. I figured I was only asked as a courtesy, since I'm her soon-to-be sister-in-law, but I still took it seriously. I have been a bridesmaid for the last 2 years. Just a few weeks ago, I managed to save up to buy the $800 bridesmaid dress. Overall, in the last 2 years, between group outings to parties, dinners, lunches, clothes, etc., I spent thousands of dollars. Eventually, all the girls in the wedding and I became extremely close, and I started to get hyped for the wedding. Sarah recently got close with her brother's wife, Becky, 30 female. Last week, she dropped the ball on me that she no longer wants me to be a bridesmaid and she would prefer if Becky would take my place. It broke my heart a little, but it's her wedding and it's not my place to tell her how to run it, so I said it was fine. Yesterday, I went to my brother's house to pick up the bridesmaid's dress and was going to see if I could return it since it was within the time frame. Sarah was completely appalled and said that Becky was going to wear it since she and I are the same size. I said that would be fine, but they would have to pay me the $800 for it. Sarah said that Becky couldn't afford, and I should just be nice and let her use it, and said that I could keep it after the wedding. I explained that I'm not just giving away the dress and I'm not ever going to use after the wedding. After some bickering back and forth, I just ended up taking it and leaving. My brother and Sarah tried to compromise with me and say I could be the assistant flower girl, and I felt offended at the offer. After I said no, they then said that Becky could give me $250 for it. Again, no, and I returned the dress and got a full refund. I told them I understand that it's their wedding, but they are being extremely disrespectful to me and I don't need to deal with it and I'm not going to the wedding. Today, my coworker says she has an extra round-trip plane ticket to go to Miami that she'll sell to me for half price. Plus, I would have to pay for half the hotel and I can go hang out with her in Florida. The only downside is that I'll be in Florida for the week of my brother's wedding. So will I be the a-hole if I just go party in Miami instead of going to my brother's wedding?
I believe this is another case of obviously not the a-hole. This, dare I say, Bridezilla, not only removed you from the wedding party after a long time of you being a bridesmaid, and spending a lot too, she requested you give the dress you bought with your own money after saving up for it to your replacement. Go to Miami and have fun. This was Lil Storytime with the Am I the A-Hole News. Hope you enjoyed the video and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next video.